How did the first Game Boy hardware actually work? Imagine holding a tiny computer in your hand that could play games anywhere you went. That's what the first Game Boy was all about. Released by Nintendo in 1989, it was a small device packed with clever technology. So, how did it actually work? Let's break it down. The heart of the Game Boy was a custom 8-bit processor that ran at about 4.19 MHz. This chip was a variation of the Z80 architecture, which was popular in computers and arcade machines. It handled everything from game logic to graphics and sound. The processor was designed to be efficient, so it could run games smoothly while keeping power consumption low. The system had 8 kilobytes of random access memory, which stored temporary data during gameplay. It also had 1 kilobyte of video RAM dedicated to graphics. This video RAM held the information needed to display images on the screen. The screen itself was a monochrome dot matrix LCD with a resolution of 160 pixels by 144 pixels. It could show for shades of gray, giving games a simple but clear visual style. Because it was not backlit, players needed good lighting to see the screen well, which was typical of portable devices at the time. Game cartridges contained the game data and varied in size from 256 kilobits to 16 megabits. This meant some games were simple, while others had more complex graphics and gameplay. The sound system had 4 audio channels, allowing it to produce music and sound effects that were quite impressive for a device of its size. Power came from 4 AA batteries, which could last around 15 hours of gameplay. That was a big deal back then, giving players plenty of time to enjoy their favorite titles. The controls were simple but effective, with a D-pad for movement, to action buttons labeled A and B, and start and select buttons. These controls were based on the Nintendo Entertainment System controller but adapted for handheld use. The hardware was built to be durable and efficient. It prioritized long battery life and portability over flashy graphics or color. This design choice made the Game Boy a true icon of the late 1980s and early 1990s. It let gamers take classics like Tetris and Super Mario with them wherever they went. In terms of gaming evolution, the Game Boy's hardware was a perfect balance of technology and practicality. It was small enough to carry easily, used common batteries, and supported a library of games that captured the imagination of a whole generation. Its greenish-gray screen and chunky gray casing are still symbols of that era's gaming culture.